From the heart of Wayne County, this is Wayne Goldsboro Television, Goldsboro, North Carolina.
Selena Bennett joins us with Community Supporting Schools of Wayne County. How in the world are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Great to see you, and I'm doing fine, thank you. So I know, let's just go ahead and get started. We'll get right to it, because I know you got a ton of stuff to tell us about.
You know I've got plenty of information to share today.
What you got, Selena?
Well, first of all, I want to invite you to our community partner meeting. And I think you have our invitation actually on the screen.
Yes.
But this is going to take place on Thursday, November the 9th.
Mm-hmm.
And at 9 o'clock that morning, we will start out with coffee and some light refreshments.
Right.
First Baptist Church on John Street. They have been gracious enough to offer their fellowship building for us to host this meeting this year. We're doing something a little differently this year at our meeting.
Okay.
For the first time, we will not only share our successes from last year, but we have a keynote speaker that I am so excited about having. We are having the Deputy Commissioner, or actually he's just been promoted to the Deputy Secretary of the North Carolina Department of Public Safety. Mm-hmm. He is in charge of all of the juvenile programming across the state of North Carolina.
Wow.
And William Lassiter, who is very well known among juvenile justice people and the school system, because he worked for the Department of Public Instruction for a number of years, he is going to bring us information about what is actually happening in juvenile programming across the state.
Does this include the teen court program?
Yes,
That's teen court.
That is exactly why we wanted him to come and highlight juvenile programs.
Okay.
As you know, the Raise the Age legislation was just recently passed, and it is being phased in. The state of North Carolina was the last state to look at 16 to 18-year-olds. We were treating them as adults in the court system, but with this new legislation, they will be treated as juveniles. So up to age 18, the 16 to 18-year-old population, they are looking at what needs to be put in place so that we are better serving juveniles who fall into some categories where we do not want them to be.
Okay, which would be if they have to be incarcerated in a point where they'll be sent off to prison somewhere.
Exactly.
That's not a good place for them.
Exactly. So the teen court program serves kids up through ages 18. Mm-hmm. The 16 to 18-year-old population we have been able to serve because we get additional funding through United Way. The juvenile justice program allows us to serve up through age 16. So you see, we have already been serving kids in the 16 to 18-year-old age group.
Right.
We are a little bit ahead of the game because of the fact that we have received some additional funding.
So nothing's going to change as far as your situation goes?
Our situation, we do not know exactly what changes we might see. We may have an increase in teen court clients. And it's all going to just kind of have to unfold as this legislation is fully implemented.
You had to have gotten some pushback on this, however, because there's a lot of people who feel that 16 to 18-year-olds is adult, and they're just as easy to commit crimes as an older person would be. So
I think initially there was some pushback, but as I remember, there were only a couple of votes against this new legislation.
Okay.
So it was well received. I think it's time for some changes because we know that 16 to 18-year-olds, unfortunately, they can make some poor choices.
I remember.
And teen court is one of the ways that we can address those things. But one of the things that Mr. Lassiter will be addressing is, you know, what are the trends across the state? He will address misdemeanor crimes and felony crimes. And of course, we only handle misdemeanor crimes.
Right.
We do not touch felony crimes.
And you also will only touch those who admit to the crime.
That's exactly right. If they do not admit guilt, then they don't come through teen court. If they don't want to participate in our program, then it's going to be very hard for them to successfully complete the program. And a prime example is today, I will be going to district court to dismiss our clients who have successfully gone through the program. We have 5 clients that I will be representing today. 4 of them successfully completed the program. 1 did not, and it was by their choice. They chose not to follow the completion requirements, therefore they are not going to be successfully terminated, and unfortunately they will go back to the district court system.
People have to understand this is not a cakewalk.
No, it's not.
This is not easy for young people to pass this teen court successfully.
That's exactly right.
It's not easy at all.
There are stringent requirements, and both the child and the parent must be committed to the program if they are going to participate. My teen court director, who is a licensed attorney, works very hard to outline everything that needs to be done, and she follows up. She stays on the phone making sure that they're doing their community service hours. She follows up with the parents to see if there's something that they need. So if a child does not complete the program, it is not because they have not been given every possible opportunity.
But the child has to do it. It's
they
up
have
them.
to do
they
it.
They make all the right decisions.
That's exactly
or wrong
right.
decisions.
That is exactly right.
So what happens when they fail?
They go back to district court, and the district court judge determines what their sentence is going to be. So they've had their second chance. You know, they have had the opportunity to correct that mistake and that poor decision. Mr. Lassiter will give us a wealth of information. He has actually been in Wayne, Greene, and Lenoir counties a good bit this summer as our Judge Erica James and Judge Beth Heath have pulled together it's called a school justice partnership, because we are just trying to look at what are the best avenues for working with this 16 to 18-year-old population. And it takes the DA's office, and it takes our judges, and it takes the sheriff's department, and it takes the school system, all of us working together as to how to best meet the needs of these kids. We want them to remain in school, we want them to graduate, and we want them to become successful adults who can give back to this community or whichever community they should decide to live in.
So this is, you're not just after an aha, I got you, let's go to jail.
Exactly. Because
you're not after that.
No, because aha, got you is not always the answer.
No.
Now, do they need consequences? Most definitely. We're not trying to give them a get out of jail free pass either. We are trying to help them to learn from their mistake. So I am really excited. I hope you're planning to come to attend this event.
This is November 9th. That's a Thursday.
It is on a Thursday morning. That's exactly right. So we will have a social time from 9 until 9:30. At 9:30, our program will begin. We're going to have special music from some of our Wayne County Public School students. We will highlight our successes of the past year. And as you know, we have had a tremendous year because we pulled out of our state and national network and decided to become totally independent. And that was a great decision for us.
Yes, you did. You pulled away from the the state organization,
Yes,
and
we
now
did.
you are independent. You are community supporting schools of Wayne County.
Exactly. We are totally independent, and kudos to my board for realizing that it was time for us to make that bold statement.
But I have to ask you, you were getting a lot of support from communities in schools, but
Yes.
now how are you supporting yourselves now?
Well, we were not getting any financial support
Oh, I
from
beg
them.
your pardon. I'm sorry.
We received resources,
Okay.
but we did not receive financial support.
Okay.
So our financial support has not been hindered at all.
Oh, that's wonderful.
We are continuing to receive. In fact, if anything, we have received increased funding because of the fact that people know we are no longer connected to a network. I think some people are always fearful that if there is a state and a national network, that part of your administrative cost will be going to that next level.
To Raleigh or Washington or wherever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every dollar that we receive stays right here in Wayne County and is for our students.
And this is not to say that you have enough.
We never have enough.
You never have
we
enough.
are always looking for money. But at
Right.
this event, I do not talk about money.
Okay.
It is not a fundraiser. Now, if anybody wants to give me a check at the end of the program, I will certainly be very happy to receive it. But that's not the purpose of this program.
Right.
This is thanks to our community for all of their support, because this is community. This is where we receive our funding. It is where we get our business partners. It is where we receive school supplies. And by the way, our school supply donations so far this year are up to $25,000
Wow.
in supplies and donations.
That is
So
wonderful.
we have had a tremendous year. We've got a lot of new partners that have come on board, and we are always looking for additional partners and additional support.
Wow. All I can say is, wow, Selena, this is wonderful. You always bring such good news about communities supporting schools.
And this is an open invitation. If you received an invitation in the mail, it's because you are a partner that you have been supporting us for some time. We mailed invitations, we've been emailing, but also anyone is welcome to attend. This is not, no one is excluded, because
Everybody.
this is a community partner meeting. And if people just want to come because they want to know more about what we're doing, they are welcome to come and join us.
Even those who are skeptical.
Even those that aren't really sure, you know, who are these people? What are they doing? What is this raise the age legislation all about? If people want to just hear more from William Lassiter about what is going on across the state, this man is a wealth of information, and he oversees juvenile facility operations, juvenile court services, juvenile community programs, and juvenile intervention and treatment programs. So a wealth of information for this community.
Excellent.
And we are very honored to have him.
So how does someone get more information?
They may call me at 919-735-1432. They may go to our website at WayneCSS.org. We have a phenomenal website with just all kinds of information and pictures highlighting our programs. Or they can email me, sbennett@WayneCSS.org, and I will be more than happy to talk to them.
919-735-1432.
Yes.
WayneCSS.org. Or S. Bennett. 2 T's.
2 N's and 2 T's.
2 N's and 2 T's.
At WayneCSS.org.
All right, Selena Bennett. Thank you so much, Selena.
Thank
Great
you.
job. Good
Thank
news.
you very much.
Thank
We'll
you.
look forward to seeing you on November the 9th.
Very good. We'll be there.